What is a conspiracy theory that you cannot believe people do not talk about?
We
Because
go from New York to Brazil, Buenos Aires, and then Antarctica.
And then there's all these videos of the fire jumping from house to house, but not burning anything in between. Check this.
Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me again. Stick around to the end. There's an amazing clip. You're going to want to see this one. Let's get straight into it.
And then there's all these videos of the fire jumping from house to house, but not burning anything in between. Check this out. Lawsuits claim faulty PG&E smart meters started their house fire. Could this be the culprit? Then I was doing some more research on smart meter fires. Look at this. Just pops up. Tons of them. Interesting. So then I decided to look up what's in the smart meter, and check this. Lithium batteries, just like those Teslas which were left out on the street. And when they catch fire, the firefighters can't put them out. Isn't this kind of interesting? Then I decided to go way back to the San Francisco fires. Remember when the tops of the buildings only burned but everything else remained? Check this. San Francisco gas light merges with PG&E. It's been going on for a long time, it seems.
First off, I want to start by saying a few episodes ago we got into Ali Carter. If you know, you know. If you don't, go back and watch it. She said there's going to be fires. I'm sure, if I remember correctly, she said there's going to be fires. Literally a matter of weeks ago, and if you know who she is, and if you don't, just go back and have a look. Or find her in your own terms, have a look at Ali Carter. Trust me. So, as far as these smart meters, it could be, but didn't a load of insurance claims go in? Or be cancelled, sorry. A few weeks ago. Maybe they know something we don't know. A lot of them had the houses up for sale, these celebrities. Who live in the, I don't know butcher it, is it the Palisades, something? I guess we won't find out, but it's fishy, already fishy. Do you know what I mean? A lot of insurance claims cancelled. Ali Carter, fires gonna happen. Fires happen. Make your own mind up.
They've been keeping this from you. This is the underground city that was found beneath Los Angeles by a man named Warren Shufelt. It was discovered using a device he invented to detect underground tunnels and caverns. Shufelt mapped out a network of passageways stretching for miles beneath the city. And here is where it gets crazy. His maps indicated a central chamber filled with gold and advanced artifacts. Shufelt said that upon analysis of the artifacts and the scriptures found within the passageways, they all pointed to a lost continent named Lemuria. Despite his groundbreaking findings, city officials abruptly shut down his excavation. They officially claimed that the tunnels were old subway lines, but this is where they messed up. The Los Angeles subway system didn't begin operation until 1990, over 70 years after Schufelt's discovery. So what subway lines were they referring to? Some speculate that they were referring to an ancient civilization that had access to a subway-like system. Some have even gone further to say that the city officials had knowledge from the future. They knew that Los Angeles would eventually have a running subway system in the years to come, therefore it would be the perfect cover-up, perfectly concealing its true origins.
Been a few times now we've talked about the underground tunnels in LA. Literally in the last episode I think we talked about them as well. Maybe in the last few episodes, did 100%. They had a lake in the middle of LA or something, didn't they? Seen it on Joe Rogan. But as far as underground tunnels, it's not just like a conspiracy with the celebrities. Genuinely, they had underground tunnels, they've still got them everywhere. And the next clip is going to show you one of the reasons, or the main reason.
You can go from New York to Brazil, Buenos Aires, and then Antarctica without ever coming up to the surface for air. And you can do it all at way more than 1,000 miles an hour on magnetic levitation trains, otherwise called maglev. One thing he told me, he went from Virginia to Los Angeles in 45 minutes. Do the math, 3,000 miles an hour. Most people don't even believe that there's a tunnel network. There are there are hundreds of thousands of miles of tunnel systems.
See? Remember the, how would you say it? What's that? What's the word for it? Adoption train? Kids on the train? Steam train? Do you know what I'm talking about? I just can't think of the term right now. Faster trains, kids going missing, unaccounted for, Hollywood. It makes sense, doesn't it? Literally the hub of Hollywood and all these, you know what I mean?
You thought you've seen it all, but I have more. I found another patent called an earth battery patent. Ground electricity generator patent is what it's called. This thing produces up to 3,000 watts of electricity, which is enough to power half of your house. According to the patent, it utilizes over 300 cells, well, 300 cells to be exact. The cells have consisted of iron and carbon, and each piece is actually equal in size to produce a balanced amount of current, but they are huge pieces of carbon and iron per cell. It says, a generator constructed as above, described will yield 53.85 volts and 56 amperes, developing a total of 3,015 watts, or about 4 horsepower. That's more than significant. It says here that the couples may be joined in simple series or in multiple series. The prepared body of soil should be periodically moistened, preferably with the acid with which it was treated when first prepared for action. And in a plant constructed for continuous action, I prefer to provide a reservoir as indicated at figure A, figure 6, and run a pipe of material not attacked by the acid through the plant, providing nozzles over the several couples so that they may be moistened when desired. And here's the best part. It says, with provisions of this nature, the soil may be kept in a substantially uniform condition and the generator rendered continuously serviceable. Meaning this is an easily serviceable ground earth generator patent that you can replicate as well. However, I am looking for your support in hopes that you subscribe to my TikTok channel, and in exchange, I will bring this idea to life. Just an idea I'm throwing out there. Hope you support the idea, and I hope you like the patent that I discovered. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions on how.
I think it's an old farmer's trick, sticking copper and lead or iron in the ground and just feeding copper from bed to bed and like stuff like that, and it's supposed to be amazing for your crops. And there's obviously everything's magnetised, like the earth. That's why people ground and stuff, and they put the copper wires onto grounding mats, etc. There's loads to it, but 100% real. There's no like denying it. It's no conspiracy. It's just legit.
Nikola Tesla free energy device. Watch closely.
First off, it's unbelievable. It just looks cool. But why are we selling all of it all these years later, all these decades later? Why are we not using it? Why is it normalised to be paying such high bills when we've got free electricity? It baffles me how we still can't get away with it. How we still haven't risen up. We actually spoke about it in one of the last clips on the last episode. Honestly, it's frustrating.
3rd, 2020, if you had a coffee mug, the amount of space in that coffee mug has enough potential power to boil off all the oceans of the world. Nikola Tesla called it the infinite energy field. That was mastered decades ago. Once you get it tapped, it's just flowing. That means that every home, business, car, manufacturing, village in Africa would be able to have a device that would generate all the energy they need for all the needs that we have for a modern civilization. There's no pollution, there's no radiation, and once you have the system, there's no cost. The problem is, if that technology were to be disclosed, it's a quadrillion dollars in proven assets, oil, gas, coal, that are obsolete. That's what they're protecting.
This technology has been around for decades.
About 100 years, there has been empirical evidence of this energy field.
Dr. Stephen Greer. How amazing is this technology? And again, been suppressed. Never heard of it. Never even heard of it. Why has no one heard of this? This should be worldwide news. But again, the powers that be, money, control, suppress, all this technology. We've got a clip of it actually in action. Take a look.
On October 3rd, 2024, a zero-point energy device was placed on the market which would provide unlimited electricity to anything that it is plugged into, by two inventors out of Italy named Andrea Rossi and Malco Marzocchi. They have already signed contracts for mass industrialization in order to make this decentralized so that everybody has access to this technology. They are trying to take down the big oil companies that have known this technology has existed for a long time, but chose to instead exploit us for profit by making us buy their gasoline. How this technology works is it grabs the energy out of the atmosphere and taps into the background hum of the entire universe to harness the unlimited electricity that is stored there. You can get one of these devices on the website ecatTheNewFire.com, and you can pick whichever size you need based on the amount of voltage that you need. And if you need proof that this technology works, I'll show you a video right now.
On September 27th, 2024, at the racetrack Il Sagittario of Latina, just south of Rome, two apparently equal cars engage in a race. The two cars are both Renault Twizzys, Model 80, and the contest is which one can drive the longest distance. One of the cars is unmodified. The other has an ECAT NGU generator on board. The cars are weighed, and then the charge of their battery is measured. The first one, without the ECAT, has a weight of 513 kilograms, and its battery has a charge of 98%. The second one, powered by the ECAT, has a weight of 611 kilograms and a battery charge of 62%. Logic would suggest that the one with greater charge and less weight would win the contest. But note, the Twizzy with more weight and less charge is powered by the ECAT, a new energy source that without connection to any other energy source exploits the zero-point energy field, granting enormous energy savings.
Remember how much battery we had
At
at the start?
10:40, the race begins. The Twizzy powered by the ECAT starts first. The other starts after half a lap to grant an equal air resistance to both. As expected, the Twizzy without the ECAT stops running at 1 p.m. because its battery is completely depleted. It has traveled a total of 73 kilometers. However, the Twizzy powered by the ECAT continues to run at a regular pace.
Even though it's
The Twizzy continues its pace. The Twizzy without the ECAT is removed by a truck from the racetrack, while the Twizzy with the ECAT continues its regular pace to reach the predetermined race time of 6 hours.
And these are just
At 5
self-driving too, I
p.m.,
think.
the test is determined to be concluded, and the ECAT-powered car is returned to the paddock. At the end of the race, the ECAT-powered Twizzy has run for 201 kilometers, and its battery has a charge of 82%, which is about 33% higher than the charge it had at the start. To watch the whole 6 hours of the race, please see the full-length video at our YouTube channel.
Isn't that insane?
How unbelievable is that? That is incredible, isn't it? That should be everywhere. It's infuriating. Oh, I don't know why I do it to myself. I don't know why I put these clips in. I get so stressed out of them. It doesn't have to be like this. It just doesn't have to be like this. We could just get along. There's enough to go around. Literally doesn't have to. It's obviously pure evil behind the scenes. There's evil intent. There's nefarious things at play. Because it's not just about money anymore. Or it never was, but we thought I'd won. I know I did. And you always say, follow the money. Which is true. Always follow the money. But a lot of it's just pure evil stuff behind the scenes. They've got the money and still doing it. So, look at Bill, I won't say his name. It rhymes with Jill Yates. Microsoft. Anyway. Could easily be a bear. The thing that's putting me off is the push-pull motion. Bears can't do that. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to thumb. But I get it. It could be just pressing against it, springing back. Press against it, spring back. Not like, yeah, it is likely. I don't know about this one. I'm not sure. Just let me know what you think.
What is a conspiracy theory that you cannot believe people do not talk about? Because mine is the plane of jars. And this isn't just some boring old monolithic ancient civilization that was super advanced. This is actually insane that people do not know about this. This is by far one of the weirdest things the US government has ever done, and I can't figure out why. First and foremost, there's a massive field in the country of Laos that is littered with these guys, these massive stone jars. Some of them have lids. And when I say massive, I mean 9 feet tall, 20, 30 tons in weight. And the weirdest part is not that there is a local legend telling of a race of giants who won a victorious battle over the land and then created these stone jars to make celebratory drinks. It's actually something called Operation Barrel Roll, which was a covert CIA mission. While most of the country was distracted by the war in Vietnam, the US government dropped more ordnance on Laos than all of World War II combined, and one of its primary targets was this field of jars. To give you a little perspective, that's over 2 million tons, or on average a plane load full, released every 8 minutes, 24 hours a day, for almost 10 years straight. I cannot for the life of me figure out why the US government would go to such great lengths to smash a bunch of giant jars in a field to bits. So if you have literally any ideas or conspiracy theories on this topic, I would love to talk about it because no one else is talking about this, and it's kind of driving me nuts.
Are we all in agreement now that giants are real? There's no possible way giants was not real. There's too much evidence. How can you not? Is there people out there? Is there genuine people out there that don't believe in giants? I don't even know anymore. But no one ever talks about it. We went over it in the last episode, and there was living and working amongst us, suited and booted. There's no denying giants. There's too many depictions of them. Evidence. Smithsonian suppressing. US government, always the US government. Always get dipping their fingers in every pie. Greedy. Big bad boys of the world, think they own the world. Infuriating again.
In 2003, a archaeologist by the name of York Fassbinder, he was in the Mesopotamia area and doing like the whole LiDAR thing. And what he said is, I have found the tomb of Gilgamesh.
Oh my gosh.
And he says there's an article about it in the BBC in 2003. So he found it in April of 2003.
Yeah.
He goes and he's like, everything that the script talks about matches identically to what I found. And so, but it's underground, right? So they have to like dig it up. And so they start the process of digging it up. Guess what happened 1 month later?
Shut down.
Earthquake.
The US invades Iraq.
Oh my gosh!
Which it was in Iraq.
No way.
Yes.
Oh man.
This is where it gets crazy.
Yeah.
So The US invaded Iraq 1 month later after the discovery, and all the archaeological sites were then stopped in Iraq, so stop digging.
Yeah.
And the US military set up an encampment around the tomb site.
See, it's America again, interfering. It does oil on a plate they'd invade, do you know what I mean? Stay out of people's business. Do you know what I mean? What do you reckon? Timing seems a bit fishy, doesn't it? Who knows? Which leads us into this last clip, which is, I find fascinating, if real. If it's real, obviously it's the internet. Who knows? Let me know what you think. I think it's amazing. Don't quote me on this, but why would it be so preserved? Is it because of the gold? Don't judge me. Is it because of gold? Is it the way it was preserved when they found it? Was there certain liquid around? I don't know. Maybe I have to actually research it, but very, 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 very interesting. And I want to say thank you again for joining me. Really, really appreciate it. Let me know about any of tonight's videos in the comment section, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.